there's not a ton of high-level Sonic play there. There's like a guy called like Scourge, I think, who's decent. But aside from that, I can't think of any really notable Sonics in NorCal. But who's to say, PairODucks could be very experienced in this matchup. We're going to find out through means of this set. Aperture as well. There's not really any top-level Ryu here as well. There's Red Slasher and Ireland, but being an island, he can't travel over to the UK too much. So, having said that, if you guys were tuning into Greninja Saga last weekend, you would have seen Locust versus Komori-Kiri. And I've always heard that Ryu versus Sonic is a very hard matchup for Ryu, but it looks like patience and just relying on jank, silly kills at like 60 is the way forward. So I hear that PairODucks actually got third at his last Meltdown. He was supposedly like the kind of player who would usually get around 7th to 9th to 13th at Meltdown, and then he came back from being in NorCal and got third. So I'm very intrigued in this set. So far, he really just hasn't been able to find an opening. That was interesting. I'm not sure if that was intentional. I doubt it. Didn't make a nair, accidentally stood off his head, and it just fared him right out of it. Cheers to the boost. And I don't know, is this a decent stage for Ryu versus Sonic? I guess you don't really want him escaping a platform, but you just want to get him in an up tilt and punch him a lot. So, yeah, I can see it. Especially knowing Aperture. Aperture above any other Sonic in the UK is someone you do not want to take to a platform stage, because you will have seen the absolute robbery he commits when he grabs you on a platform. Remember once, not long ago, killing Pop-Tart with an up air at 29 on the top platform battlefield to win Meltdown in Game 3 of Grands. So, maybe not necessarily in Sonic matchup, but in the Aperture matchup, you don't want platforms. Oh, okay, he could have up-aired in there, because I think they would have gone through focus. Oh, okay, good. But only gets the second hit of, well, the higher up hitbox of the up-air there. Aperture up-air, not quite going to take that stock. And a back air going to seal it out there for Aperture. Looking pretty clean here at 59%. Taking his time with the Angel platform. And what I have to wonder is, yeah, Ryu can wait, but what does he really have to contest with Spin Dash? Not a lot. I mean, he has that huge, like, a meter stick leg for a back air, but that's not really something you want to be relying on, especially considering that Spin Dash has invincibility on the shorter pop. On the shorter pop, on the starter pop. This is kind of snowballing for PairODucks right now. Just trying to find any opening, but Aperture is not giving it to him. Beautiful, beautiful movement there to cover that roll. Yeah, he's now been lapped, well, even percents with a stock apart. Trying to take out that neutral get up with an up tilt. Oh, does get a turnaround TSRK, and I liked it, but he didn't get the sweet spot, and it's not going to kill. Okay. Oh, I think that was a misinput there. If you got that TSRK, there definitely would have been a stop. Trump with Ryu? Excuse me? Okay. There must be a NorCal thing. I'm pretty sure Ryu's Bear is too slow for Trump Bear to be true. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, yeah, back airs and right out there, smash. Still not going to die as Aperture. Aperture's DI is really good, man. Like, it's really good. He rarely dies to anything even remotely suspect. He just kills people in suspect situations. Like with up throw at 29. I mean, Tatsu might work, but that's way too laggy an option, right? Like, why are you going to... Sonic is to whiff punish the character. Why are you going to Tatsu against him in neutral? Yeah, I imagine he was trying to just waste Aperture's legend vulnerability, but I can tell you right now, I have trumped Aperture multiple times in friendlies, and he's very slippery. He's very good at getting around trumps and getting back on stage safely. PairODucks finally gets that first stock, but there's only 2 minutes left in this game. He's going to have to rack up some crazy damage and punch him very hard in his face to win this game. Spin dash back here. Oh, okay, good tech. Good tech, and Sharks to the ledge with the CSRK. PairODucks seems to be playing this matchup a lot better than he was at the beginning of the game. Simply, yep, there we go. Simply waiting out Spinish's Sonic spin dash. I cannot speak today. Spinish's spin dash. Sonic spin dash and punishing. Beautiful read by Aperture, reading that jump. That's something I've seen him do quite often in situations like that. When you're off stage, he'll read your jump and back at you for it. Really nice from Aperture taking game 1 there. Damn. This Meltdown is so big, we haven't even gotten to Winners Round 3 yet. It's going to be a long night. I've got a headache, man. Right, so, I mean, that match ended a lot better than it started, if you know what I mean. PairODucks suddenly kind of caught on to the fact that I can just wait, and I can punish Sonic stuff. It is just a matter of severe patience. That's the same thing I was talking about seeing Locust versus Komura Kirik or Ninja Saga. There was just a whole lot of perfect constitution. Never mind, ignore everything I just said. PairODucks is going Mega Man. This matchup generally considered to be a lot better, I think, for against Sonic than Ryu would be. I didn't know PairODucks had a Mega Man, but let's see how it fares. Aperture, to my knowledge, has only ever played Respect. Actually had a very, very close shave with Respect. Very nearly lost that set, made a crazy clutch comeback. So I'm not sure how well he knows this matchup either. Oh, that's a shame. He was definitely looking to punish the option out of spin dash there. Aperture does that sometimes. He kind of mixes you up. Like he spin dashes right into your shield and then just stays there in front of you. Waits you to drop and try and punish and just jab 1, 2, 3 to you. It's a very weird mix-up. You always feel bad for getting hit by, but it makes perfect sense. Up through. Waits out the air dodge. Doesn't quite get the back air. Doesn't really count for Mega Man's gravity in full speed. I think he had that roll snuffed out there, did PairODucks. PairODucks is just kind of want to... Nice, just grabs it right out of the short hop. He's just going to want to pull up a wall of pellets. You know, pellets beat out spin dash entirely, I'm pretty sure, which is one of the big reasons this matchup is considered fairly decent for Mega Man. So yeah, but he's got a slight advantage. He's just going to take his time, right? Like, how does Aperture approach this? Uses the invincibility on the start up and spin dash to get through those pellets there, but it doesn't really get him any damage. And this is so important for PairODucks, right? Is holding the lead against Sonic. In general, the most important thing I feel in the Sonic matchup is holding the lead. Because as soon as you lose the lead, it's rip, man. It's no bueno. Also, just now comes the realization that these guys both have recoveries that work in very similar ways. Other than Rush not having a hitbox, I'm wondering if we'll see any kind of like upbeat jank in this set. Mega Man has some pretty crazy like Rush setup kills at 0, I'm pretty sure. It's not practical, but I mean, hey, neither is Spring Ride, right? Bit of an iffy dash attack there. Okay, good choice by PairODucks, pin up a Leaf Shield. I feel like that's something he could be utilizing a bit more here. That, I don't really know how Sonic would get around Leaf Shield, you know? Granted, Leaf Shield is not something that's safe to spawn like every waking moment. Oh no, misses the tech. Unfortunate, gonna lose that stock. But yeah, Leaf Shield I think is gonna be a very effective tool for him here in this set. Aperture very wise not to jump out of that up air. Fun fact, I didn't know this actually. I used to think up air was unblockable from Mega Man. That's not actually the case. It's literally a matter of up air does absolutely gigantic shield damage, and it will almost always shield poke you, no matter how big your shield is. And that's why short up in front of someone, nice. That back air gonna take that stock. That's why short up in front of someone and just up airing on their shield is more often than not pretty safe. Spin dash back air from Aperture. Looking like Aperture's going to lose here. Not really sure what PairODucks can do to get himself back into this, but Mega Man is pretty heavy. Goes for another back air to seal this out real quick. Tries to F-smash his standard get up. Down throw up air, pretty sure that's not a thing for Mega Man. I think it was just kind of a bit of an input flub. Aperture goes for a pivot F-smash. Get a little bit thirsty to get this kill, but it's not really too big a deal, considering he's over 100% lead. And I think that's bringing some big input. There you go. 2-0 to Aperture. Very well played by him. There you have it. I already have. I have plugged the compendium, but I will plug the compendium again. Our boy Aperture is on the Nairo Saga compendium. Only has very limited time to make it out there. Yeah, he says, help me, please. I relate entirely for completely different reasons. Please help this man. Everyone deserves an opportunity to go over experience these SoCal tournaments that have been blowing up in the scene recently, you know?